All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the final round of the WolfNet Open 2021 350 Alpha Strike Tournament. Woot woot! Here is your leaderboard going after round 3. Currently, Brute with three wins, 11 objective points. Sean, 3 and 8. Sam, 2 and 9. Cyclone, 2 and 6. Or 2 and 8, sorry about that. So, what does that mean, you say? Of course it means I'm giving you the first and second place on stream. So, once again, give it up for Brute and his competitor, Sean. You guys can find the final round 3 final standings, or not final standings, but the round 3 standings on the Facebook page. This final round was brought to you by Fortress Games and Miniatures, or Fortress Miniatures and Games. Gotta keep doing that. Go ahead, head on over to fortressminiaturesandgames.com. Find all your Battletech needs, all the stuff that you need to create your 350 army and get started with the Alpha Strike Tournament experience. I have been reporting wrong numbers. We had a 16-person tournament today, so that's even better. That's awesome. 16 people showed up. Had a great afternoon. Lots of awesome Battletech. Beautifully painted armies. Good competition. A lot of fun. Everyone's having a good time. We are bringing you the final round of the 350 Alpha Strike Tournament. We have Brute in first place, Sean in second place. You guys have just seen Brute with his list. He has not changed it for this one. This is going to be a very, very interesting match, ladies and gentlemen. We have Sean, who is making use of the artillery from a Pariah F and a Demolisher Arrow 4 unit. Now, what's so different about that artillery, you say? Well, each one has 2 shots of our Arrow 4. So that is a combined 8 damage. 2 damage per shot. 2 damage per shot times 4 shots. Those 2 units can lay some craters down. So this will be very interesting to see what happens here with speed and firepower versus sheer artillery will. So this could be quite the matchup. I am super excited about this. I am not going to make any bones about this. I'm totally going for Sean because Brute kicked my butt yesterday with this list, and I thought my artillery list was going to be able to handle it. So I am totally Team Sean because everyone else on this chat is totally Team Brute. So, so sit back, enjoy. This is going to be one heck of a match. Super excited about everything that's going to be going on here. This is going to be quite the show. So, and great final round. I am super excited about this. This is going to be. I hope it goes well. Let's just say that. If his artillery can hit, this is really going to dent Brute's list. But he's got to watch out because Brute's list can go super fast. Super fast. And if you guys know from the last video and the video from yesterday, those battle armor pack a punch. And I mean an assault mech size punch. So this is going to be interesting. It'll be fun to see the artillery uses and how Brute is going to keep his units away from each other because he can't bunch them up like he usually does. Otherwise, those artillery shells are just going to knock out the whole group. So this will be very, very interesting. Can't wait to get this thing going. We are starting on the first initial. Uh-oh. Well, I think we had some little bit of technical difficulties there, but should be just fine. Hopefully now we are back live. Like I was saying, this is fast-moving, hard-hitting versus artillery, and kind of more of a defensive list. The scenario we're playing today is stand-up fight. So no objectives here. It is just who can beat the crap out of the next person. So really looking forward to seeing this. Let's see if we can't get a A lineup shot for Sean's side of the table here.
Now, are those like internal transport or that's those are all cargo? They're all internal? Yeah. Okay. Now moving this way. Oh, and he's one.
So as you can see, Sean is using the use of VTOLs. And you're probably asking yourself, what in the heck are field medics doing on an Alpha Strike board? Well, I can tell you that they are 1 point, and they make excellent spotters. So I believe the strategy here is the helicopters load up, and they prop those spotters wherever they can, because they're almost not worth shooting at, but they also play a critical role in all of this.
Blew up. History is no longer on the planet.
So he's got 3 helicopters. He's got a sprint helicopter that has tag. That helps out in spotting for his Pariah and his Demolisher, the Arrow 4. The Martin Scout VTOLs are used to transport the field medics to a perch where they can either pull down or try to get into some trees and just spot for the Arrow 4. Like I said, the Demolisher and the Pariah, I would be surprised if they moved anywhere other than behind that level 2 hill that he's got there for protection. The Gargoyle is just there to play goalie. Just make sure nobody comes around the corners. And when they do, light them up. So it'll be definitely a really interesting dynamic to see how fast Brute can get to him and get those battle armor, get the battle armor guns on the artillery units that Sean is going to really use to try to disrupt this artillery unit. So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a cat and mouse game a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. Glad to have everyone back. Yep. Hey, way to go. Let's get some pizza, sit back, put Battletech on one TV and college football on the next, and have a great day. Yeah, Team Sean, Team Brute. Let's see how this huge match is going to go down. This is going to be a good one. I'm really excited for this. So excited that I got to go get another ice cold Budweiser. Again, if you guys are new and you're watching this, go ahead and wander over to the WolfNet Radio Podcast Facebook page. We got a Discord channel, YouTube. Hit the subscribe button to make sure you don't miss out on any future live action that we're going to do. It's going to be a good rest of the year. We finally kind of got the camera all set up. We got everything looking good. So, like I said, sit back and relax. I'll be right back with the rest of the play-by-play.
What if the second crit is also an animal? Dead. Dead? Even with the case?
The case is a pretty good default. No.
I don't think so.
It's another good roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
MP.
Not another one? Jesus. Oh, that's odd.
Does an empty get made?
Well, if you roll the 2, it's not odd. It's
Everything. Everything is head. Yes, sir. Jumping.
if you roll the 2, it's not odd. It's even.
Too late today. He's one of the all right, come here. No, it's Mech, tank, retort,
Sorry, everybody. I think I just realized I posted the final rounds to my individual Facebook page. I don't know why I did that, but they are now posted on the WolfNet Radio Facebook page. Final round: Brute versus Sean. Number 1 versus number 2. It's going to be a good time. Yes, good luck. Good luck to both of them. This will be very interesting. Looks like Mario's trying to see how far 30 inches can actually go. That is the movement for his dasher that he's got over there, and he's got gnome battle armor attached to the, it's riding on the dasher. So he is, I can tell you, on a 42-inch long map, 30 inches. I wonder if he's going to sprint. I wonder if he's trying to sprint back there. It looks like he is using a sprinting movement. Okay, so that's exactly what just happened. He sprinted. He sprinted all the way from the other side of the map and ended up in base-to-base contact with the Demolisher. Now, because he sprinted, he cannot unload his gnome battle armor, but he is clearly in. He has just traveled the entire length of the map, and like I said, it's going to see how fast Brute is going to get back there. He's got an opponent that has sprinted all the way from his side of the map to almost a third of the way from where Hughesby is. It looks like they are ready to fire. They are ready to fire, and it looks like that he is going to try to drop an artillery shell right on the dasher that is right next to his Demolisher. Now, with artillery, there is no minimum range, so it'll be interesting. Now, I know that his Demolisher and his Pariah are both skill 2s. So that is kind of where where this list comes down. It's one dice roll, but it is a skill 2, and then you have a +4 for trying to hit the point of impact. It's an area of effect attack, which takes a +1, and it's an indirect fire. Well, it's not an indirect fire, so it looks like it successfully dropped an artillery shell right on top of that dasher, and it is gone. Gnome and dasher, poof, gone. No more. One artillery shell. It is finite. The fat lady has sung on that dasher, and no, that is crazy.
We got a 4. Second one's going same spot.
He missed with a second artillery shot. He's going for the units in the back here. So he did get one artillery shell on that group down their bottom. So they are each going to take 2 damage. Going for some motive rolls. Now I can tell you that Saladin and the Tortoise and the Ironhold battle armor can take 1 artillery shell, but if he takes 1 more artillery shell, it is gone. It is not going to be able to survive that. So right now, looks like they're 3 out of 4, I believe, with the artillery rolls has eliminated the dasher and the gnome battle armor. That has put 2 damage on a Saladin an Ironhold battle armor and the Tortoise battle armor at the bottom of your screen. So, pretty good start so far for Sean. Artillery can keep these lists in check. It definitely does have an advantage when you don't have to take advantage, or you don't have to use the TMM of the unit. It is yes, Sean can damage his own unit, and believe me, that Demolisher has got plenty of armor. So even if he did have to suffer 2 damage, I think he would probably take that as a fair trade. The Demolisher Aero 4 heavy tank, TMM 1, 6 inches of track movement. It does 110 for a stat line. It's got 5 armor, 4 structure, but it has an artillery Aero 4 of 2, which means it can shoot 2 shots of Aero 4 artillery damage. Artillery damage is can be fired directly or indirectly, and you use a 2-inch template. You use a point of impact, and anything, if it hits in that template, takes 2 points of damage. So each artillery shell is 2 points of damage to anything in that 2-inch circle. So it is
57 minutes.
It is very dangerous, and we recognize it, that it is both needed in 350, but it can be abused. So in the 350 rules, we only allow 2 units to have the artillery ability, and we have outlawed artillery cannons because those are just bonkers crazy. So if you're only allowed 2 units with artillery ability. Now Sean is taking advantage of that. He found 2 units that have 2 shots of artillery. So it'll be very interesting to see how this plays out. They are both sitting at currently 3-0. Both Brute and Sean are 3-0 with their lists. So there's both these guys have something to their lists. I know Sean has had a couple of rough games. He's won them, but they were really close. Brute has kind of worked his way up with the ability to just blitzkrieg everyone. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this list is going to go. And if you're wondering how is he able to shoot that artillery shell when they're all behind Helltech? Well, that little sprint helicopter there in the middle of your screen, that's got an angle on that point. All it has to do is be able to see the point of impact, and it can be used as a spotter. So Brute's going to have to make a decision here to split up his forces. That looks like that's what he's doing. He did not load. It looks like his Tortoise battle armor onto the Saladin. So it looks like he is going to not. Oh, that's what it is. He's immobile. So the Saladin has been immobilized by the artillery attack that took place last week. So it is not by choice that the Tortoises are moving away from the Saladin. Their transport just went down. So if you want to know how to beat Brute's list, one way is to take the transports out. The units can't move very far, but they still just do so much damage that even if they have a clear line of fire, they can still do some serious damage. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to play out, because he's definitely going to split his forces so he doesn't get another artillery shell. One thing is interesting is he did move that, Sean did move that gargoyle out into the trees over there. So he looks like he does. That gargoyle does have an Epona right up next to it in base-to-base contact. So he definitely took the all-out initiative to try to get into base-to-base contact, which doesn't allow the gargoyle to shoot at that opponent. But it looks like he's moving him away. Yep, and he's got 2 Eponas in the backfield, just waiting to pounce on that Demolisher, and Brute knows he has to get rid of that artillery. Otherwise, he is just sitting duck out in the middle of the field. He's going to have to take the VTOLs out. He's going to have to take the artillery out, and he's got to deal with the gargoyle in the back. So Brute's going to have his hands full. I don't think it's totally out of the realm of the fight yet, but we will see. We'll see how this is going to play out. Going to add the points destroyed here for you folks at home, so you can keep a running total of. And in stand-up fight, for every 25 points of point value you destroy, that is 1 objective point. So we will need to. I'm going to go over and find out how much that. I can do it right here. So we have a downed gnome battle armor, which clocked in at about 14 points, and that dasher was 22 points. So we have 36 points of destruction right now. And that could be where this list does really well as well, because he's got an objective point already. Or 50 points, I'm sorry. Every 50 points, you get an objective, not 25. There's 4 objectives to be had, 200 points divided by... 200 points divided by 4 is 25 points, or 50 points, sorry. Math. It's been a day. I'm sure you guys... So glad you guys are still here. Yes, it is the clan. Let's see, the Saladin. I can check that right now. I believe it is the clan cargo. Yes, it is. Clan cargo. He's got it at skill 5 for 8 points. So, TMM of 3, 16-inch movement. He's bumped them up a little bit to skill 5 to make them a little cheaper. And they're, but yes, it's definitely the clan cargo. So. Okay, it looks like Brute is going to start shooting. I think he's trying to take out one of those helicopters. Brute just says his RNG is back, which is, I believe it was heavily sarcastic, so... Yeah, he's definitely trying to get that Martin Scout VTOL out of the air. The less people that those Aero 4 artillery units have to spot for them, the easier it's going to be for Brute. So, and the good thing for Brute is he throws a lot of dice with those battles. I think he needed 11s to hit. He did hit it for 1. The problem is Sean has 3 VTOLs, so and they're all TMM of 5s, so they're originally a TMM of 4, and because they're VTOLs, they get a +1 for airborne movement, so they're a +5 to hit right off the bat. You start counting medium range and skill 4s, you're hitting on 11s, and I don't know about you folks, but I don't hit on 11s very often, so who is...
What's it not move? Is it 0 or is it negative? 0, okay.
Cyclone is playing Max. So Minnesota versus Minnesota battle going on over there.
Okay, so 2 damage, 2 needs, translates to 4 damage.
Oh, you're right. I forgot that vehicle takes extra damage.
So it looks like the opponent has just fired on the Demolisher, doing 2 points of damage, but it also did 2 points of heat, which translates into 4 points of damage. So that Demolisher has taken a beating already. This is huge for Brute. If he is able to take that Demolisher out, that is going to be huge. Demolisher's got 5 armor, 4 structures, so even if Brute hits with both opponents, he's not going to be able to take it out unless he gets a lucky motive roll or a lucky crit, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to destroy. It might be sitting with one structure, but the one structure demolisher can still shoot 2 Arrow 4s, and that is gonna play havoc for Brute's list. So he needs to do everything he can to get that thing off the board.
Skill 4, range 2.
And those are those opponents. Let's see. Those are those opponents that kind of reach behind that, reach behind the hill there, and are playing hell for that demolisher and that riot. Let's see if we can't get a little better shot. Let's zoom in here a little bit. There we go. See, there's those iron holds going off. They throw seven points of damage. They are a beast. And they have inched, if you can see them way at the top of your screen there, they have inched themselves over to have a firing lane at that pariah. So just like classic Brute faction, he has blitzkrieged this artillery list, gotten into behind their lines, probably way faster than Sean thought they were going to. That gargoyle is just out of place. The gargoyle has a great shot of one of the opponents, but the damage is being done. He is hitting them left and right, especially when they stayed still. One of the things about an artillery list is when your units stand still, you get a -1 to your artillery shots as well. So, this could be very interesting. If they live one more round, that's not very good for Brute. But if he can take one of them out this turn, that's huge for them. It's Sean's turn. He is definitely going to throw that template down. And he's going to try to nuke that group to the top there. Looks like that's a successful artillery shot right on that trio of it's a Saladin, Ironhold, and a Tortoise battle armor up there at the top. Let's see if I can't get a little better shot for you.
So now I'm going to roll a critical hit on him.
So he's firing right here, the upper left on your. There's an Ironhold, a Tortoise, and a Saladin. He's successfully gotten
I got a 6.
hit with that, but he's only fired. It looks like he missed with one of the artilleries. So Sean really. Oh, it's okay. So he got. Okay, so Sean did his damage. He got. Okay, it looks like we're going from the pariah over there as well. So this is a huge roll. He needs this to get rid of that Ironhold battle armor.
If you make a direct fire attack, you can just say that's artillery because it's 2 different attacks. Doesn't have a +1.
It is a secondary attack.
That's all it says. It says it has an additional attack.
Additional, but
It doesn't call it a secondary attack.
But if you're not choosing a different target,
I am choosing the same target.
you are choosing the same target.
Well, essentially. It is the same target.
Well, are you targeting the ground or?
Around, it was the same
Shot the
spot.
ground and now you're shooting the unit. So that's 2.
Yeah, that's 2 different targets.
Okay, so this one's going to be added +1, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so it would be 6 then. Okay. All right. Hit on a 6. And I rolled a 6. There you go.
Okay, so just to reiterate over there, just because you're doing an artillery attack, so what you can do is units can make a weapon attack and an artillery attack. It is a special attack for the artillery, but because you are targeting a mech for the first weapons fire attack and you're targeting the ground, it is considered a secondary target. So he had to add the +1 on that for the secondary target. But he rolled a 6. And the Ironhold went goodbye. So got lucky, rolled a 6, needed a 6, and he rolled a 6. So
These guys are higher, right? These guys are both higher? Okay, I'll drop a...
all right. So I think he has 1 artillery round left.
Where am I? Okay.
He definitely has two, and it looks like the Demolisher. Oh, the Demolisher is gone. That is big. The Demolisher has been destroyed. So after this round, I'll go through and see what I can find. It is going to be an interesting game if that Pariah needs to last one more round. Needs to be able to get 2 more shots of artillery off before it goes down.
Usually you hit with 2 artillery strikes.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, so
Yep, you're right.
okay, so that is huge. He dropped 2 additional artillery shells on each of the battle armor, and because they had been hit previously, it pretty much wiped it out. So this could spell the end for Brute. He has the 2 Eponas left. That's about it. He's got 2 Eponas and a busted Saladin. Sean has a fully healthy Gargoyle left. That's going to probably walk around and make hell for those Eponas. Now the Eponas do have heat, so they can really play hell for that Gargoyle. But bad news for Brood. It looks like the Epona on the far side is immobile. So that Epona on the top of your screen is definitely immobile. So it is turned into a pillbox, and it's not going to be able to do much. So Sean, within 2 rounds, has clearly changed the dynamic of this game.
We have no attacks.
So I got to do some addition here. So actually, I should wait till he's done rolling.
He's immobile and he has
So that is 36. I believe they are done firing now. So both tortoises and both ironholds are gone.
Well, I will just.
And his gnome battle armor and his dasher are gone.
That guy there.
Since he's immobile, so he's just.
Yep. You won't take it.
Well, that didn't do it, right?
I'm gonna move this a little bit. You bet.
Now, he's the only one who can battle. The others do not have battle left in the battle.
Were the folks having a...
16.
All right, we are at 126.
Now I'm just making it easy for you.
I gotta remember the rest of my wait. This guy can move 10.
He's just got the Demolisher gone. That's the only thing I'm seeing on that list that is destroyed. But the Demolisher is also 58 points, so that is quite a few points. So we are currently sitting at 1 objective to 2. So it's 2-1 game here. Oops. Putting that on the wrong side. And look at you guys in the chat. Did anybody point that out?
38 minutes.
Tisk tisk. That's what the chat's supposed to be for. And someone asked the field medic. The field medics are excellent spotters for his it's the field medics basically are used as spotter units for his artillery. They're a one-point spotter, so if his helicopters go down and he doesn't have any to spot, he can just rely on a one-point field medic infantry unit to spot for his artillery. Because when you don't have spotters, your artillery doesn't work very well. So, and they're super cheap. So lots of stuff going on here. It looks like he has loaded up the entire army, and he's gonna not be nice to Brute's two opponents here. See if we can get a better shot here. There we go. That's a little better. As you can see, all three helicopters are moving in. The Pariah has moved out. He has an immobile. Correct. So basically, what? So Sean, using some clever defensive tactics, has basically landed his helicopters and created a wall, so his opponent cannot move out of there without going around the hill. So very clever move by Sean Goolsby. He is just trying to get out there and take care of that, but people forget that it is an opponent and it can move very fast. So we do have an untouched opponent that's chasing that Pariah down. I'm going to try to get a damage counter for you.
I'll start with my anti-mech. There's still 5. 6 for anti-mech. 5, 4, 3, 2. Because they're mobilized. So I'm going to choose my anti-mech attack.
The Pariah has one structure left. So Brute will definitely destroy the Pariah, but from the combined artillery attacks that the Pariah is going to throw at that the opponent and the opponent in front of the Saladin, I would not be surprised if this is the last round. So I'll try to get a better shot over here for you. It's not going to look great, but that's kind of what we're working with there. So I had a little better camera shot on the other side. See that Pariah behind that hill there? Could not quite get away from the opponent. So I would not be surprised if the Pariah goes down. Ooh, it'll be very interesting. Looks like we're looking up some rules here. So.
So 1 critical damage, 1 critical. Like I said, do a motive. That's true.
I'm not quite sure what's going on here. I'm going to try to find out what exactly is going on here.
There's nothing you can do to make it any worse. It's all roll credit.
Okay. Roll credit. 4.
It doesn't really matter because the thing's not going to survive this turn.
I wanted to destroy it though.
You're going to destroy it. You got the third one.
How much does take out? Okay, I'll deal with a single. Okay, I'm attacking here. I'll do a single artillery here. Hitting on 6.
Why 6?
Skill 2. Add 4. Well, oh no. Hitting on 7, right? Hitting on 7. Yeah, hitting on 7. watch what's gathered into this guy. One guy's going. 5. Coming right at you. Double this roll. 2 inches. Which isn't going to do it. Oh, you're right.
Okay, we had a little discussion about variable movement, or variable damage. So that was quickly taken care of. It looks like we're having some RNG trouble here. He's trying to. Looks like the artillery attacks are not getting through. But he's got lots of units to shoot at him, so.
Okay, yeah, so this will be my primary shot. I'm just going to create this one.
Oh, we got a lot of variable damage. Variable damage is when you have a 0 and then there's a star next to your damage output. What it is you have to roll to hit to see if you hit, and then you roll one single die, and on a 4, 5, or 6, you do 1 point of damage. It's supposed to reflect small, very small amounts of damage. That is technically, it is damage, but it's harder to hit. And,
Skill 4, rank 0.
so
On 2 infantry.
looks like the Saladin has been eliminated. I don't think the opponent. We're going to see if he's going to be able to destroy this opponent. Oh, it looks like that opponent's going to try to roast some infantrymen.
Skill 4, he didn't move. Oh, yeah, you're right. This guy doesn't get a +1. Actually, sorry, I needed 3. Skill 4 didn't move +1.
I'll give it to Brood. He is definitely still trying to fight, trying to get as many points as he can, which that's good. That's what it's all about. If he can.
They're in a large group of people.
The good thing is the helicopters are definitely not going to be able to do much damage. I believe they don't do any damage. If they do, they're variable damage. So looks like he burned the field medics. I think the field medic's going to need a field medic here. So.
I need 6s to hit your
Every single shot on 9s, and I was getting half my shots on 7s. I have to kill 2 over minutes.
The opponents are putting up a fight. I was going to say, I think he lost that opponent, but the one is still alive. So the pariah is gone. That is a lot of points. That is 62 points. 62 points. Is that pariah? So that vaults him back up into the category of 58 plus 62. That's 120 points in just 2. That was 120 points in just 2 mechs, or 1 mech and a tank. So with those 2 gone, this has 120 points. Sorry, 120, but he still gets 2 objectives. It is a tie game right now. Well, it is an opponent. So I got to find out what that opponent is worth. Who would have thought I would be doing so much math, right?
Bye! Dude, I can just run that clock out. I really can.
Goolsby with that elimination of that opponent has gotten to 155. So he has 3 objective points. So it is a 3-2 game right now. It looks like he kind of sped off. Looks like that was the call of the game. The handshake has happened. The opponent bugged out. All the veto landed. Looks like that is going to be the end of the game. What a round. Artillery had just demolished Brutes. Vicious blitzkrieg all the way to the top of the rankings. I will say Brute definitely did what he does best and just drove everyone to the other side of the battlefield. And if it was maybe 1 or 2 shots or 1 or 2 rolls that go a different way, that pariah maybe doesn't live for another round. And all of a sudden you're talking about 2 more opponents and maybe an Ironhold battle armor still alive. Lucky shots on some lucky crits on his Saladins, basically handicapping his 2 his Ironhold and his Tortoise battle armor on the bottom of the screen by that hill early in the mid rounds. Very, very interesting. I think we saw a counter to a good list. Artillery lived up to kind of neutering the blitzkrieg, the fast battle armor tank list. It was a good game, good fight. Went down to the last line. Excellent game. Now the discussion happens, but I was really worried when you came everyone in here. Yeah, that's what Brute's list does. It is a blitzkrieg of just crazy fast stuff with huge hit damage potential. Great game. Final round, Sean Goolsby will be the WolfNet Open 2021 champion. Well done. He went 4-0, had a monster objective, had a great game. Really good week. A lot of games still going on right now. It's a great time. Thank you guys for watching. I'm not sure if we're going to do an award ceremony afterwards. We might just call it a day. We'll see. I will definitely keep everyone updated on the Facebook page on what's going on. But once again, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to our sponsors, Fortress Miniatures and Games and Ares Games and Miniatures. Both of them excellent venues to go get everything you need for your BattleTech supplies, mechs, books, all kinds of stuff. So go check those 2 sponsors out. Thank you very much for sponsoring us. I want to thank Kevin Witt with Bushido for the painting class he did last night. I want to thank all of our participants here. This has been a fantastic day. 16-player tournament, 4 rounds. And we started at 11, and it's 5 o'clock here. So don't anybody tell you that a BattleTech tournament can't take, takes 2 days or all day. This has been fast-paced, awesome, competitive BattleTech. Had a great time. Again, I want to thank everybody, and we will try to be trying to post the final standings here once all the games are completed. And we'll try to do a nice little thank you to all of you for at the end of the day. That, or maybe I'll just put the camera on the whole group so everyone can see how awesome of a community this is and how great of a day this was. So thank you guys for watching. We'll probably come back here in maybe a half an hour or so and do the prize ceremony. But I'll keep everyone updated on the Facebook page. But again, thank you so much for doing this all. Hope you'd enjoyed it. Tune in for much more from WolfNet Radio podcast, especially when it comes to streaming and news and content and all this other stuff. We might have a very, very, very special thing going on tonight. I don't know if it's confirmed or if we are doing it, but if it is happening, everyone will know about it, and we will be streaming it live. So, like I said, keep an eye on the Discord and the Facebook page. Thank you, everyone. It's been fantastic. Again, we'll see you soon, and thank you for watching.
Just the